to get back and trying to understand that, like I said in the last video, they blow smoke up your ass. And as many times I try to educate people and understand reality, not that fucking American dream that you idiots been living under for decades and centuries. If they really cared about American people, as you say they do, we wouldn't be in a recession. We wouldn't be in debt to other countries. And we're the so-called richest country in the world. Explain that to me. How can the richest company in the world be in debt to other countries that is not as rich as we are? So they say. You can't even go out and buy a house now because of the interest rates. You can't even go out and use your charge cards because of interest rates. You can't go out and buy a car because of interest rates. Interest rates affect every avenue of your fucking life. And you morons just don't get it. And as much as people can sit here making videos like me, making videos on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, FaceTime, all social media platforms, you don't get it. And I don't understand how they can say that a so-called civilized, intelligent society can be so fucking stupid. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that you gotta look in the mirror and start checking your shit. Because somehow you're miscuing something. Something is just not tapping into that brain that for decades and centuries you got fucked over by Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hill. Because you can sit there, it's like right now, in an election year, and that's next year and 2024, that you're looking to elect political officials and your president in 2024. What you don't realize, that you keep fucking dipping in the same cesspool, dipping in the same sewer, and somehow you think that shit smells any different or looks any different. Shit is shit. It's like I said, the correlation between reading the same fucking book over and over and over again, and somehow in that mind you think you're reading something different. You're not. You're not. Somehow, I don't know. When I was a kid and you watch TV, you actually hear intelligent responses on the news to current and world events. Today, it's just a crock of shit. It's just ratings and politicians and political so-called expert assholes in Washington telling you a bunch of bullshit. How many of these so-called political analysts, experts, ever told you that America, 56% of America's population is living paycheck to paycheck? No, they'll show you fucking Biden's dumbass making some bullshit speech about passing an inflation bill. No, he's not passing an inflation bill. He's blowing smoke up your ass. Just like this Build Back Better bullshit that never happened. And this so-called Medicaid negotiating prescriptions to pharmaceutical blood-sucking assholes. No. Only thing pharmaceutical is doing is jacking the price. And you got Medicaid going in there and trying to negotiate what? The prices that they jacked up on these 3 so-called major medicines? Are they negotiating, like I said before, they're negotiating the EpiPen, insulin, MS medicine, medicine for Alzheimer's, medicine for heart conditions? Major medicine that actually affects people's lives. You ain't negotiating shit. You're negotiating that dumbass shit. Like fucking depression. That you weak ass, mindless morons depend on. Or some pain pill that you're addicted to and stand in lines at CVS picking up your drugs. Oh, but you got a problem with the guy on the street selling amphetamines, fentanyl, marijuana, cocaine, heroin. But you'll wait in line at CVS doing the same shit. But that's legal. Dumbass. See, this is a thing it's humorous and it's funny to me, because you got so-called educated society of so-called civilized people who think out your ass, because you don't think. You think out your ass. I mean, sometimes you sit on that toilet in the morning and you shit. That's your brains, because you never use them. You flush that shit down the toilet every day, because the stuff I tell you, it would make sense to you, but you'll blow it off. Some black man just talking bullshit. Facts, dude. Look it up. If I can research it, so can your dumb ass. But you never will. You'll keep on believing that the economy is good, jobs, and you keep saying that buying power. You don't have buying power, bitch. Can't have buying power if the charge cards you constantly use and max out. You're paying ridiculous high ass interest rates on it. Here's a clue. Assholes, you ain't paying principal. You're paying interest. That's another thing we were talking about on the dog walk. You assholes, you pay interest on your credit card, on your loans, on your mortgages, on your cars. You never touch the fucking principal. If you're not touching the fucking principal, what does that tell you? You're in debt. You're in debt. And you're never getting out of it. Just like America itself is in fucking debt. You were in debt since the Civil War. Paper money ain't shit. Unless you got raw mineral resources like silver, iron, gold, diamonds. Paper money ain't shit. You just print it. Endlessly print it. And then your dumbasses in Washington tell you, oh, we got a deficit. Nah, asshole, you ain't got a deficit. You're in debt. And you always been in debt since the Civil War. You never got out of it. You were dissolved. You were an empty fucking box of nothing. Because you emptied the banks out. The Federal Reserve was done. Until who? Rothschild central banks bailed all you asses out. Here in America and around the country and around the world. How can you explain it that the average person can understand? Maybe I can make a coloring book that you can use crayons to try to understand it, because you're not getting it. Because the same bullshit that you face every election year, you fall for it. That's why I said it's just oxymoron bullshit. It's like a dog chasing its tail. And I will use that cliche all the time, because that's exactly the way you are, American people. You sit there and chase your tail, or you chase that fucking American dream, not realizing you're fucking asleep. Because there's no way in reality you're going to get that American dream. And they blow more smoke up your ass with the lottery, that you got a bunch of morons out there making money that they spend endlessly and wind up winning the lottery, but right back in debt where they started. Because you don't have an intellect to know how to save. And let's just look at another article I researched online about the envelope method of finances. That you sit there and you have an envelope of your paycheck, and you distribute that paycheck into envelopes, your utilities, your mortgage or your rent, and then whatever is left, that's your savings, your envelope for emergencies, that, or envelope for recreation. And anytime you pulling from either of these envelopes, it affects your buying power. Now, here's the problem with the envelope method. You assholes came up with credit cards. First, it started back in the 1800s, where they call it IOU, that you can purchase something and come back and pay off your account. Now that worked because people were pretty good at paying off their accounts. In fact, my mom and dad had an account at the local grocery store that my dad religiously paid off, because he was one of them people that didn't want to carry any kind of debt. That's why he made his mortgage payments on time, made his car payments on time. Anything had to do when he needed farm equipment, he made sure that the payments were made on time. He was a stickler. In fact, the bank, which is Farmers Bank out of Bristol, New Jersey, loved him because he paid his bills on time. In fact, he could go and borrow any amount of money he wanted, but he didn't. He controlled it. Just like my sister, who passed away from cancer, developed the same system. She developed the paper system, and she had one credit card, and her credit rating was impeccable. She could go out and do anything she wanted. In fact, they load her mailbox up with credit cards, and she turned them down. In fact, she'd go out and buy her cars with cash. Just to give you an understanding how the paper system works. That's how it works. But no. MasterCard, Visa, Discovery, American Express, all you assholes making billions off people paying interest. Not paying principal, paying interest. Your fucking student loan mafia. Loan sharks. Same thing. That's all you're doing is loan sharking. Because your interest rates could be as high as 11, 15%. But you assholes are charging 24. That's what I'm talking about. And then you want to sit there and bitch and moan, oh, we're going to pay off some of the college kids' debt. Yeah, asshole. Because you're nothing but a bunch of loan sharks anyway. You just sit there and just rip off kids. Sure. You're angry. Because all that fucking interest, you're losing. Off your college student loan shark loans. Pell. Student loan association. Banks. You're not making that interest when the government pays off your loan shark loans. Government pays off their loan shark loans. Oxymoron. If you made this shit reasonable, in fact made it like it was years ago, that you didn't have to pay to go to a community college. It was free, like California. Or even if you went to a university, the cost was minimal. Nah, you had to get fucking greedy. Reason why 56% of American people are living paycheck to paycheck. Like your asshole governor in Colorado. We're going to give you a Tabor tax refund. But at the same time, he's taking it right back. By some bullshit lie about court costs. Or some bullshit lie about fines. So in actuality, he ain't giving a greater percentage of Colorado citizens shit. They're keeping it. Bullshit. 56% living paycheck to paycheck, and this asshole wants to talk political, bureaucratic autocracy bullshit that you're giving Colorado citizens something. No, you're not, asshole. You're blowing smoke up our ass, like you always blew smoke up our ass. KKK Colorado. And you morons still on that merry-go-round. Oh, the state cares about me. They loves me. Federal government loves me, madam. You people so inept. And I'm talking about it's just like an endless black hole. You get in there and you just forever just dropping. Because you never think. You want to be told. Somehow like a baby sucking on its mama's tit. You just need to be cuddled. And where that comes from, I don't know. Because at one time in this country, we had people who fought against illegal taxation. But now you assholes just embrace it. We love it. We love being victims. We love being masochists, uninformed, obedient assholes. What is it that somehow you think movie stars and multi-million dollar contract athletes and high level, your taxes paid politicians who lived in gated communities and your dumbasses live in trailer parks and ghettos and working class neighborhoods But somehow, these motherfuckers are your heroes. and, and the thing of it is, it's always been that way. 16, 17, 1800s. Y'all, somehow you just mindless minions who just embraced bullshit. It's just society, social, religious, governmental bullshit. Somehow you put flesh and bone like you put men, women of finite, limited knowledge, just like you, on a fucking pedestal. Why? They're just like you. Like you assholes with the fucking queen. The bitch is dead. Like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. And the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. You'll get pissed when I say shit like that, though, because the queen to you, fucking morons, symbolizes, oh, she takes care of us. Yeah? Really? How many fucking castles do your dumbass live in? How many fucking pallets of gold do you have? Peasants of England and Scotland. It's a mindset, dude. It's a mindset to try to teach you mindless motherfuckers that you're being victimized every fucking day of your life. You don't get it. And I don't care how many people tell you, oh, you'll talk that bullshit about conspiracy theorists or anti-American, anti-British, anti-Scotland to cover up your corruption bullshit. And you monkeys don't get it. You just don't. You love sucking on that banana of stupidity. And I'm sorry, it's comes to a point where as human beings, I mean civilized human beings, not fucking animals in a jungle who just innately live by instinct. But motherfucker, you got a brain. And you don't use it. That's the crazy ass part. And someone tells you, some asshole like Trump, some misogynist, xenophobic, narcissistic, sociopath, pathological liar, come out and tell you dumbasses everything is fake, you believe it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The same dumbasses who live from paycheck to paycheck, thinking that ultra wealthy America gives a fuck about you. That's just endless, mindless stupidity that you never, and I will say it, will fucking never get. You'll never get it. Because if you got it, Washington wouldn't have just two parties. We'd have multiple parties. And we wouldn't be facing this 2022 bullshit. Good cop, bad cop. Oh, Republicans and Democrats, oh, they warring now. It's a political war. They don't do anything. Duh. It's what happens when you only have two choices. Stupid ass. And it's funny how you dumbasses can be victimized and you suffer socially, politically, religiously, because the same dumbasses who sit there and glorify politician, ultra wealthy autocracy bullshit are the same dumbasses who feed money to your evangelists, your bishops and elders in church. And they live in five house compounds and mansions, while your dumbasses live in the ghetto and backroom shacks of America and trailer parks and modest working class homes that you're in debt up to your ass for. This is the problem. This is the problem. In fact, this is the problem that the people, the British, try to pull that taxation bullshit on in the 1800s, see through, and said, fuck you, we ain't gonna do it, we'll go to war first. But somehow, since then, in 2022, we become these mindless assholes who just accept it. Accept over taxation. And sit and look. Corporations who you buy their goods from, their cars, food, clothing, they get tax credits. How many fucking tax credits do you get? We'll give you a $1,200 stimulus check. Which, because you're living 56% of America from paycheck to paycheck, that $1,200 does what? Does it go in a savings account? Fuck no. You spend it on debt. Trying to put a dent in that debt, which you never do because you're constantly using credit cards. Oxymoron. You can't get out of debt if you're constantly putting yourself in debt. Make sense? Not to you morons, because you constantly do it. Gotta have the latest phone. Use my credit card. Gotta have the latest PS4 Xbox. Use my credit card. Gotta have the latest sneakers. Use the credit card. Gotta have the latest toys out there. Use the credit card. Gotta get my brand new truck. Use the credit card. Or sign a contract that you never read the fine print. Like these dumbasses who go there and say buy one, get one free. It ain't no fucking buy one, get one free. I've been in retail for 40 some odd fucking years. No such thing as free. They jack the prices up because you're paying for the free one any fucking way. It's like these 12-month interest rates, 36 months, 60 months. Read the fine print, asshole, that at the end of it, you don't pay it off. 99% interest rate is what you're going to fucking pay off. And you'll jump to the ceiling. Oh, fuck. I didn't know I had to pay that. Cause I missed the payment. This is the problem. And then you talk about kids in school. You got a problem with people coming in without a college degree, teaching your children. I can't. That's so wrong. We need teachers who are educated and blah, 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 blah. Okay. What the fuck is homeschooling? You're teaching them. How many college degrees do you have? Oxymorons. That's the point. It's like you Trump pansies that sit there and Trump cares about us. Trump loves us. Yeah? Where was he on January 6th? They stopped him from coming. No, they didn't, bitch. If he wanted to be there, he'd be there. See? That same pattern of oxymoron bullshit. They could feed you the stars and you'd believe it. They feed you real estate on the fucking moon and Mars and you'd buy it. That's how ineptly stupid and ignorant you are. But don't get me wrong, there's a greater percentage of America out there. There's not a greater, there's the other less than 56% that actually think and use that 10% capacity of that brain of yours to figure out what I'm talking about. And we try to make changes. We try to educate people and for them to realize the sewer shithole quicksand that they're in and can't get out of. And somehow Biden and his bullshit, Mitch McConnell and his bullshit, Trump and his bullshit, and you talk about your DOJ. I'll give Trump this much credit. Fucking criminals really know how to keep their ass out of prison, because this asshole elected judges, elected Supreme Court justices, elected certain political officials who have controlling power during his administration. Because this motherfucker knew that when he didn't become president again and he started this fake ass election bullshit, that those same fucking judges, political officials, senators, congressmen would start the shit that they're starting now. But somehow you dumbass American people believe your DOJ is legit. Bullshit. They're fucking paid off. How do you think Roe versus Wade got reversed? Because of his dumbass justices he put in the Supreme Court. And the justices and the judges he put in office, that when he goes to court, they'll side with him. No matter what the fuck facts that you put before these assholes, they'll dismiss it and side with him. Because they're bought and sold like a fucking whore in a whorehouse. Oxymoron bullshit. Reason why you don't stop white supremacy. Because white supremacy is in every aspect of our society. From the police department all the way to Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hill. The reason why your fucking white supremacy terrorists will always be in America. While your so-called bullshit fighting terrorism and killing brown people in the Middle East, but you never do shit about your own terrorism here in America. Oxymoron bullshit. Why, said American people, and this may offend a lot of you, are some of the dumbest ass fucking people in the world. Because you never get it. And I use that cliche again. A fool will never change. Because a fool never sees the error of his or her ways of stupidity. So the only way you're going to change Washington, that you have to make available other political parties. This way, we the people, the voice of the people, the caring of the people, the actually rights of the people, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. We hold this truth to be self-evident that every man is created equal and endowed with these inalienable rights. Actually means something besides oxymoron bullshit. Make a third party, make a fourth party, make a fifth party. Because these dumbass Democrats and Republicans won't be butt fucking you every election year. That's exactly what they're doing. Butt fucking you and blowing smoke up your ass. And you stand there every election year and bend over. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. Because does anything change? Fuck no. What are you looking at right now, assholes? 56% of you dumbasses who vote Republican or Democrat are living paycheck to paycheck in the richest country in the fucking world. You're not living in Africa. You're not living in India. You're not living in some fucking third world country. We live in America, the greatest country in the world. Yeah? So why is there 50% of you dumb fucks living from paycheck to paycheck? And in 2019, the average savings was $4,000. In 2022, it's cut in half. Dumbass. Colorado, dumbass, redneck, racist, bigoted, KKK Colorado. Polis gives you Tabor tax refund bullshit, then takes it back because you owe money to the government. You owe money to the state. The fuck out of here. You got your head so far stuck up your ass, America people, you can't see daylight. And the only time things are going to change in this country, you got to pull your heads at your ass. Pull your heads at the sand. Actually, take the rose-tinted glasses off of this American dream bullshit and wake the fuck up. And start holding people accountable. And until that happens, 50%, 56% of you dumb fucks will always be living from paycheck to paycheck. Get the fuck out of here.